Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the Viva-Mundo webinar. Today we are joined with Hannah Lee, who is from the lovely Everett Community College in the US. As usual, please do ask any questions if you would like to throughout the whole webinar. Do ask them in the Q&A box just at the bottom of the screen. A little bit about Viva-Mundo and what we do and how we help you on the next part of your journey is we give you all the information you need to help you on your next journey into studies. So that could be visa advice, destination advice, everything that you need and all the tips that you need to help on to your way into college or university. So I guess that's it from me. I want to hand you over to Hannah.
Hi everybody, my name is Hannah Lee and I'm an Associate Director of Everett Community College for International Education. So today I'm going to talk to you about getting an affordable American education that gives you career advantages. Before I start, I want to introduce to you guys a little bit about me. So I'm actually a former international student as well. So I'm originally from Taiwan and I've spent, 16 years in America. So two degrees later in America, I have actually learned quite a bit as an international student and I have been an ESL teacher for over 10 years and stepped in the office for over 7 years. So I know just about every single struggle you can go through. So please feel free at the end. Like she said, leave us questions, ask away. I'm an open book and I can answer all of your questions. So let's start with the conversation or the presentation today. So today I'm going to cut to the chase. I know everybody is a little over Zoom by now. Everything virtual seems a little right now. So today I'm going to cut this into 3 different things. So I'm going to talk about options depending on where you are in your life, as far as how you can get an American education with where you are. And then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about ECCC, which is Everett Community College, and then we'll break into Q&A. Okay, so option 1, if you are really young, probably half my age, and you haven't finished your high school, we do offer high school completion programs, and it is actually a very, very fun program that is very specific for Washington State. Or for those who have just finished high school, we do have associate's degrees for you to get a quality American education at affordable prices as well. And then 3, for those who have already completed a college degree. So in your pre-registration, I saw that some of you guys already have an advanced degree and wanted to see options. We do offer some certificate programs that can give you that edge where you can go back to your employer and say, hey, I'm more qualified now. Can I get perhaps a better position, higher pay, or anything like that, right? So we have options. Last option, or we have more though, but for those who are not sure what to do and you want to have better English skills, we do have an English program as well for you. Okay. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, as an Asian person, oftentimes if you are at 17, 18, or maybe even early 20s, if you don't know what to do, community colleges are really great options, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so let me break it down to, first of all, we do have high school completion program. So if you are finishing your 10th grade in high school, what you can do is apply for high school completion program with ECCC. With that 2 years, you can actually complete number 1, high school requirements, and number 2, college requirements. So oftentimes, depending on where you are with your English, oftentimes many students can actually finish their associate's degrees at the same time when they get their high school diploma. So those graduations are super fun because those are students who are getting 2 diplomas at the same time. Okay, so oftentimes these are what we call the International High School Completion Program. And meanwhile, because there are a lot of classes that are similar, English, math, science. So there are a lot of similarities, and that's why we can basically match them so you can complete high school and college at the same time. And also you save time and money, right? So why not? And let me tell you a little bit more if you don't know how community college work. So oftentimes when we finish high school in America, you have two options. You can go to a 2-year community college or go straight to university. Usually students who go to community colleges, basically they do first and second year of college classes. And after they're done, they basically transfer into university for the 3 and 4 year. Okay. The difference for international students is, and I think this is a perfect advantage when we're talking about career, is that in America, as an international student, when you finish one degree program, you can do what we call OPT. So it's on the bottom, dark blue, OPT, optional practical training, which allows you to work 12 months. And then at the end of the year of working in America legally, you can transfer to a university, complete your year 3 and year 4, and then get your bachelor and work another year, okay, of OPT. And the cool thing is if you are in the STEM program, so science, technology, engineering, or mathematics, those programs or majors, what you can actually have the STEM OPT extension. So meaning that you can work up to 18 months, a year and a half. So picture this, you can get 2 degrees from America along with 2 to 3 years of working experience. When you come back, you are already ahead of people when it comes to job pool. When you're getting a job, you are looking more experience and you have degree, you have education background. So it's really good for education, for your career. Okay. So this is a little small, but I'll basically break it down to you. We do have a little, we have a lot of degree and certificates that's offered here, but basically the big category, aside from general business, humanities, and social science, education, and public safety, we do have arts. We are really good with our art programs, and we have really top of the line equipment for our students, but we also have healthcare. And that's not a lot of community college could do because they're really competitive. So we actually do nursing program. We have pre-medical. We have a lot of like dental hygiene and all that. So there's a lot of, if you look at the middle in healthcare, we have a lot of pre-program. So pre-dental hygiene, pre-medicine, pre-nursing, pre-physical therapy. So those are basically, we are preparing you for your university career. We also are really good with our STEM majors, so science, technology, engineering, and math, as well as advanced manufacturing and aerospace. So if you're interested in working with aircrafts, airplanes, we do have aviation maintenance technology. We have avionics, composites, mechatronics. So those are the really hands-on programs that we have also. And because we are so close to Boeing, you know, the big company that makes aircrafts, oftentimes our students, once they graduate, they find internship and everything at Boeing and start working from there. So it's really cool program to do. Okay. So some of you might actually think about after community colleges, you go to university, right? Perhaps you have a degree, maybe your high school and your associates, and you did your year of working, and you want to transfer. Oftentimes our students transfer all over the place in America. So from, you know, East Side, Purdue University, Pennsylvania, to West Side, we have locally University of Washington, Central Washington University, down to California, Stanford, UC system, so University of California, Los Angeles, San Diego, and anywhere in between. So the reason why our students are able to go places is that we actually do a lot of transfer fairs throughout the year. This year, unfortunately, it will be online, but what we do is we invite the university people to come talk to you in person. So you can find out what kind of scholarship they offer, what kind of opportunity they will offer for you as a transfer student. So you can actually pick and choose, right? So depending on what focus you want to, focus on, is it tuition, is it scholarship, is it location, then you can kind of match and find a better option for you. Okay, so we're happy to help you apply for transfer at any time. And cutting to the chase, EBCC is a really good deal. Why? If you look at the right side, community colleges, generally speaking, are at least half off of tuition. Okay, so in the middle, we have public university and private university on the left at $40,000, which is really a lot, right? So in order to give you a visual, closer look in US dollars. If you go to 2 years of community college with 2 years of public university, you're looking at $133,000. Or 2 years of community college and you got into perhaps Stanford, right? Then that's about 163,000. If you go to all university, you're starting at $182,000. Okay, so this might be a little fuzzy for you because it's not the money that you use. So let's take a look at it. The difference could be US dollar 110,000, which is a Brazilian dollar for like what, 606,000? That's a lot. I don't know how many food or meals you can buy with this money, but that's a lot. Okay, and yes, that's my face. So think about it, take a look. Starting at community college definitely give you that financial advantage. So right now, the tuition and fees for a regular program, by regular, I mean business, science and engineering, arts and everything, we're looking at about $21,749 per year. Now, if you don't go shopping every day, I think this would be the money. If you go shopping every day, it changes. And this number is based on a 12 credit full-time load every quarter. Okay. Now, however, right now we're in a COVID era, right? Everybody's favorite word. Right now, if you start, our fall and winter are mostly online, except for aviation, nursing, cosmetology. So if you start at home online, you don't have to pay for, number one, residence hall. That's $9,000 out of your expenses. Number two, also, you don't have to pay health insurance, for being in America. So the new total for you, if you start online, is about $11,000 or so for a year. And that really kind of changes. And I added personal living expenses just because you still have to eat at home. But honestly, I don't think you will spend as much as 1,100, at home, wherever you are. So really, if you start early online, it's actually to your benefit as far as money goes, as far as, career or, academic career goes. So just to briefly tell you, a lot of times people are like, oh, Washington, D.C., it's a little different. We're on the west side of America. We're in Washington State above Oregon, really close to Canada. And we're up about 30 minutes north of Seattle. Everybody probably knows Seattle, maybe not Everett, but we're about 30-minute north. So we are actually a smaller town. It's not so small you don't see people all over the place. We have about 110,000 people. For a small town, it's really convenient. There's still shopping malls, outlets. We have beaches, we have mountains. It's really beautiful. But I think the key for a smaller town is definitely the safety. And again, if you ever come to Everett after COVID, I can't wait to show you around, really. So like I said earlier, we have water, we have mountains, we have so many things that you can do and enjoy. Even, when we're all stuck at home, we're actually allowed to go hiking, we're allowed to go to the beach, and it's still nice while keeping safe distances. So we have a lot of parks and trails. I don't know if anybody likes hiking. I have been trying to hike once every week, and it's absolutely gorgeous everywhere I go. And our restaurants are now open as well. So it's actually nice to be outside of the house and do some things really nowadays. So just to show you a little bit of our campus, this is our Great Wolf Hall, which we do a lot of classes in humanities, social sciences, business as well. We also have computer science and information technology, the IT. So this is a lot of the smart techie people. That's their building. We also have the art building, White Horse. So White Horse Hall is where we do a lot of art programs. And this is, if you're into photography, I think this is really cool. You can actually borrow cameras to take home and take some really cool photos when you go on hikes. We actually do also have a fitness center. Inside, we have a gym, we have a basketball court, and it's all open and included in your student fees. We do have a cafe. When everything is open up, there we have, food basically throughout the day, and just to make sure that you're fed. And we do have wireless internet access for all of our students. And we do have top of the line equipment for our students as well. Right now, during COVID, we even have Chromebooks, so small laptops, as well as hotspots for our students. So a lot of convenience we offer for our students, definitely. So let's talk a little bit about why. Why do we choose the EVCC? So we are actually ranked as a top 150 community colleges in the US. And we do excellent programs, like I said earlier, in what we call STEAM. So science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And another thing I really do want to bring up is when you are in a community college, the really good thing about it is we have much smaller classrooms. With a much smaller classroom, it's so much easier and less scary to learn when everything is in a language that you may not be familiar with. I remember my first day when I first come to the US, and I remember thinking, my English is not that bad, right? I can totally do okay. I stepped in the classroom, sat down. For the first 30 minutes, I could not understand my teacher for one bit, and I was so terrified. And some of my classes back in the day, we had 150 people in one classroom. I barely know what my teacher looked like. And my teacher doesn't know who I am. He doesn't care if anybody's late because there is no way to track them all. So with the smaller classroom in EverCC, it's more personal. You're much closer with everybody in your class and your teacher. It's less scary when you have questions that you want to ask, and it builds that better connection that you have with people around you. So it's definitely nice. And we do have tutoring services for specific classes. So say biology, chemistry, math. We also have writing centers. So if you have any problem with English writing, I still remember English writing. Oh God, the logic is so different. So we have writing center help you with that too. And other than that, we do have very full support services that we have on campus, or now virtually online for you too. So our international education office, we offer virtual office hours daily. So for example, today our office hours went from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and again from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. So we kind of try to cover different time zones. And on Tuesday, Thursday, we have 1 to 5 p.m. Pacific time, and we also have 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. just to cover, perhaps the Asian time zones as well. So we have a very wide range of office hours that we can always help you with anything that you have. We do have a very good honors program. Oftentimes, many of our students are very high achieving and they're in the Phi Theta Kappa. And that they actually sometimes offer a scholarship through Pi Theta Kappa as well. And we have international ambassadors and conversational pal. And that's one thing I am really proud of our students to do, because Conversation Pal is a student run, in a sense, student club. And what they do is they connect you with an American student. Right now we have, I think, 50% American and 50% international. And what they do, well, now we're all virtual, all online. What they do is they have a chatting app and they have different topics they talk about every day. And they meet on Zoom once I think once every other week, just to kind of reconnect, making sure everybody's doing okay. So those kind of connections you have outside a classroom is there for you as well. So many of you actually ask about scholarship. We do have scholarships. We offer 50 scholarships for new students every year. Now, that amount is US dollars 1,000 for each recipient. Um, if you look at the eligibility, now the F1 visa is not required because not everybody gets to come, or not everybody needs a visa to start studying now. But we still offer this scholarship regardless if you can't enter the US. Okay. Now, please don't think that scholarship is just, oh, okay. Scholarship is something, if you don't try to get it, you will never do. Oftentimes, when we say we have 50 scholarships, we never have people to apply. I don't know why. It's free money. Go ahead and apply. What's the worst that can happen, right? All we need is to have you submit a one-page essay talking about your leadership and community service. So say if you have in the student club experience or volunteering experience, those are all the things that you can write in one page. Okay, so please take advantage of it when you apply. I can definitely talk you more in detail on how to, do this, or when is the deadline and everything when you apply. Okay, so now another thing is we really do embrace our cultural diversity. We have a diversity and equity department, really just putting forth a lot of effort just to make sure that we provide equal opportunity to our students. So you can kind of see that we have a good variety of culture that's around us, even though we're a small town, a small school in a sense. Okay. So right now we have about 200 international students, not all of them on campus, but 200 total, and they're representing 28 countries. And the small population, one good thing about our size of international student is that our office practically knows everyone, and we are very close with our students. We make sure that because their success is our most important task, and right now also safety and health. So we work really closely with our students, and we're always there for them. So this is kind of a general map of, students, where they're from. Every red dot represents a country that our student came from. Historically, we have 67 different countries of students coming in, and just to know some of them was really very much a pleasure. Definitely opens your eyes. Yeah. So we actually do have campus residence halls, so dormitories. We have 2. Now, this is only for after COVID, or if you are qualified to enter the US. Like I said, right now, the only few majors that we have were aviation, cosmetology, and nursing. Those 3, if you are interested and qualify, once you get a visa, you can actually enter the US. And then we ask that for you to spend your first year in the residence halls to have that full experience of American college. So we have 2 dorms, and the difference is one of them is studio apartment, so 1 bedroom. The other one has different variety of options. So you can do 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, and share. And the good thing about the 4 bedroom is it's cheaper because you basically share an apartment with friends. So this is just a little bit general view of the dorm. And if you like Starbucks, there's one right across the street. Okay. It's very convenient. We do have 24/7 security. We also have resident assistants that can help you. All you need is texting. Okay. And for students who, if you are coming in, right now we have a quarantine policy. We actually do deliver grocery for you. All you have to do is order. And so this is a Cedar Hall, the one that has 3 or 4 bedroom apartments. It's really nice. Sometimes you share a bathroom with 1 or 2 people, but it's very convenient. So now, if you are questioning how to apply, if you are interested in programs that are now online, all we need is four things. The top four: application form, your transcript from high school or college that you have attended, application fee, and a copy of your passport photo page. And that's it. Okay. Now, if you are interested in aviation, cosmetology, nursing, those three special programs that are hybrid, then we will also need a financial statement to show that you can cover a whole year worth. And that is particularly for making an I-20 for you so you can go get a visa appointment. Okay. So, and that's it for me right now. I do want to bring up some questions. I know you might have more questions later on, but in your pre-registration, there are a few questions that we've had. So, how does internationals can make his way in the USA to afford living costs? Now, historically, we've always had on-campus employment opportunities. I don't know how many this year we would have, but historically we've always, my boss is really good at keeping or saving some, positions for our international student. And even though they're working remotely online right now, there are still quite a few positions that were held by our international students. So that's one thing. So that's, or, stay at home and study online. That's also a way to save money for you. And COVID-19 policy. So if you are able to, or if you are already in the US, or if you are in the majors that allow you to come in the US, we are providing a very safe environment in our dorms. They sanitize every day and make sure that everything is up to code with the CDC. So everything is very, very safe, and we make sure, we try really hard to keep our students who are still in the United States or who are in the dorm with us very safe and healthy. Okay. So for study abroad, if you want to prepare from now, I think earlier we were talking about how COVID is challenging everybody in so many different ways, right? Like I don't know about you, I feel every day kind of feels the same now. But what we can do, honestly, is move one little step at a time. So when you are staying at home studying online, I know you don't want it. I don't want it. We all want to see you in person. But when you study online, you are not confined by the immigration regulation. So you don't have to do full time. You can take one class, two classes, and sleep all day if you want. But hey, even if you're taking one or two classes online at home, you're making progress, right? You'll still graduate sometime. How fast, you decide. And all while saving living costs and residence hall, right? You don't have to pay for living and food in American standard. So do save money for that. So I would encourage you guys to think about it. But before we start really opening up, I do want to point out that our website is www.everettcc.edu/international, or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at EVCC International. Okay. All right. So I'm going to open up the Q&A. I think I saw that earlier.
Okay, Hannah. So I think we have one question actually at the moment in the Q&A.
Okay.
Do you offer any courses for law, and is there any hybrid for this?
Good question. I don't think law is hybrid right now, but let me actually double check on that. I don't want to make false promises, if you know what I mean. I do think we do have law, but I'll double check for you right now. Here we go. Law, that's so hard. Good for you. I mean, go on, get them. We do have legal office support. I'm not sure if we do pre-law. Law is more specifically, because most people would start wanting to work on a JD, and that's more of a graduate level, and it takes about 5 to 7 years. So we can probably start you with the generic. So most universities, the first year at least, were very basics. So English, biology, math, science kind of thing. We can take care of that first year classes for you on the cheap side. Remember, we talked about the tuition differences. And then if you want to transfer as soon as your first year to university into a law degree, that's totally doable and it still saves you money. So,
Okay, and that sounds good. I think, to be honest, all of the questions have been answered throughout the presentation, really, which is great.
awesome.
You've covered everything, which is brilliant. Of course, though, if you do have any other questions, please do email the email at the bottom of the screen, and we can always put you in touch with Everett Community College at a later date. So I guess my main thing is to say thank you to you, Hannah, for a brilliant presentation.
Thank
Thank you
you.
to the questions and the students who have actually turned up live. And please do visit Viva-Mundo and sign up to our newsletter to find out more. Have a great evening, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.